Well, howdy, 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 y'all. Teresa here. Just me and the critters. It is August 13th, 2017. Sunday evening. It is 6:51 p.m. We'll do the weather real quick. Please forgive me. It's been a little bit of a rough day, and I'll get to that in a minute. It is 80 degrees. The height is 89. The real feel is 93. And the low is 77. So, yesterday when Brad got off, you guys know it was his birthday. Thank you for everybody that wished my husband a happy birthday. That really meant a lot to him. He came home and he was tired, so he went to go take a nap, and I made the cheesecake. It was just one of those. Well, it was the great value. It's like the Jello cheesecake mix. So I just made that. And he wanted hamburgers for dinner. So while he was napping, I went ahead and made a pasta dish, and then um, I decided to get out some bacon for him to cook out there because he loves bacon on top of his cheeseburgers, and to put some Gouda cheese in the middle of the cheeseburgers. And in theory that would have worked, except for the Gouda cheese was the real thin sliced Gouda cheese, and so it kind of melted all over. You know, I think if I'd had some thicker, like string cheese, where I could have completely sealed the edge of the hamburger patty, um, so it couldn't have run out, would be ideal next time. So we had that. I tried to make it as joyful as I could. And he just didn't want to go out anywhere. I tried to get him, well, let's go out and get, a pizza, or let's go get a cheeseburger from your favorite restaurant, which is just kind of like right down the road and across the street. He does not like to go out in public at all on his birthday, which I can understand. So we did what he wanted to do. I did get a hat done last night. I got this hat done to go to Montana, and I will start looking tomorrow for a place. I'm going to start writing some places, and I also have this one that I've been working on today, which is going to be this, which will be real pretty. So anyway, working on that. Brad had to go to work today about 2. Um, Probably the reason that feel kind of sad and stuff. Let me see if I can change tilt this without knocking it off. A little bit ticked. I mean, he asked his boss for Saturday and Sunday off. He didn't get either off, and while other people did get today off, and that's all I'm going to say about it. We're kind of a crappy thing to do, but I don't think his boss has any respect for anybody that's been married 29 years. So, you can understand if everybody had to work, but, you know, and it's probably just me, but, it's hard on both of us. The reason I seem a little sad is nobody wants to sit alone all day, especially on their anniversary. It's hard. It's very hard. you know. But I'll get into that more here in a little bit. Um, so I haven't really done anything today. I've been having some stomach issues anyway still. It's just, I think I'm going to always have these stomach issues with this medication. And I understand a lot of people do. And the only reason I don't go off of it is because I know that a lot of people have really good results on it with their diabetes. And okay, honestly, it's making me lose weight because, okay, first of all, I'm not hungry at all. And then I hesitate to really eat much of anything because I really don't want to, pardon the phrase, blow it out my ass. So you're like, you don't want to eat, or you don't want to eat very much of anything because you don't want to be sick. So, I'm really having to change a lot of what I eat. I'm having to get away from most of the dairy. I can still do cheese, thank the Lord. I don't know about sour cream. That seems to be upsetting me, but I can do the soy milk. That Brad said, let's not even buy any regular milk now. Let's just buy the soy milk because, we don't consume regular milk for anything else really. So, a little bit that we do for recipes, we can do it with the soy. So really having to change a lot of what I eat, and that's okay. But I do get tired of being sick. Some days are not too bad, and then other days, like the minute I woke up today, I've been sick all day. So if I haven't answered your text or something, it's because of that. And so, yeah, I just been kind of sitting working on. I've been loom knitting that hat, and just kind of sitting around thinking. I did lay down for about 45 minutes. I'm thinking about back when we got married, of course. Guys, we were a lot younger. And, it was 30 years ago. And, or 29, I don't know. And we did the wedding ourselves. It was my second wedding. It was his first. And I wasn't going to let my parents pay for anything. They paid partially for the first wedding, and I paid the other part. And it was a fancy wedding. I mean, not like you see on TV, but for me, it was fancy. And, the second wedding, I didn't want that. We paid for everything ourselves. We got, were allowed to use a fire hall, and we decorated ourselves, cheap, cheap, cheap. We got cold cuts, we got lunch meat from the deli, sliced, and we also got like, potato salad, macaroni salad, and stuff from them. Also, we bought some rolls and breads from the bakery, and we had nice trays made up. Of course, Brad worked there, so they made up nice trays and stuff. And that's what. And cheeses. We had all kinds of cheeses sliced up in a ring. And so basically, everybody could make little sandwiches and salads and stuff, for the reception. We There was some fruit, there was some punch, and some different stuff. We didn't do any alcohol at our reception, and we had a family friend. She made the wedding cake, and it was beautiful. We Brad and I taped our own music, uh, you know, out of songs we liked, and we recorded those. We blew up a ton of balloons. That way, the kids that came to the reception had something to play with. Um, you know, uh, my dress was just a white skirt and white top, nothing fancy that I'd gotten, and the girls at some white summer dresses, you know, and it was a nice wedding, and I have a lot of fun memories of it. Brad wore a white polo shirt. He said he was never wearing a tie ever, if he didn't have to, and a jacket, and or no, he wore a jacket but not a tie, which is fine with me. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. And you know, I say people don't put money into the wedding, put it into your honeymoon. Now, we didn't have any money, and since it was my second marriage and stuff, a lot of people gave us cash, um, instead of presents, which worked out great. And we did, his mother did, no, my aunt did get us a hotel room in, I think it was called the Hilton, for one night, and that was really nice. Or no, 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 she didn't. Somebody did, though. It wasn't my aunt. It was somebody else that did, and that was really nice. And then the next day, we were supposed to stay up in a cabin for like 3, 4 days up on the mountain, and that didn't work out because it was flea infested, and we've already told this story, but Yeah, and we've had a lot of ups and downs over the years. Good times, bad times, times we thought we were going to get divorced. Oh yeah, and times where one of us or both of us were being asses and needed our heads pulled out. And you know, but one thing that's always remained consistent in our marriage is our love for each other. There have been times we might not have liked each other too much, and that happens, I think, with any marriage and any relationship, even friendship. But the bottom line was that we've always loved each other. And, I think as long as you love each other, really love each other, you can make most things work unless you're being abused, or, you know, I don't want to say or unless this or unless that because everybody's different. But for me, my bottom line is unless you're being severely abused in any way. So, you know, he's the first person I feel like ever loved me unconditionally, who's taught me all about love, who's loved me for me, who's loved me when I couldn't love myself, you know, who's loved me because I can be quite the handful and I know that. Um, who's loved me through me with bipolar, with Asperger's, with a lot of PTSDs, a lot of anxiety, and a lot of things to overcome, and through my depression and everything, and I really, really am thankful for that. And, you know, I hope we have a lot more years left together. Um, the biggest thing was that I want to say is that all of my life I have really fought to please people in my family so I would be accepted. I would do things that I didn't want to do and put up with being mistreated and even abused if only they would love me. And even way up into my adulthood for years and years and years, you know. And I'm going to come back into part 2 of that real quick. So hang on.